In the genre of 4x turn-based strategy, Sid Meier's Civilization long ago set the bar for player expectations. In the 3 decades since Civilization first hit the shelves, many pretenders have come along and tried to take its crown. Some have come close, some have been great, some have been not so good. They've all wrestled with the balancing act of trying to keep the features and mechanics that make Civilization so good, while adding and changing enough to set themselves apart and stand on their own merit. Old World by Mohawk Games may just be able to knock Civilization off the throne, or at the very least, give it a bloody nose. Old World certainly has its similarities to Civilization, and it doesn't try to hide them. That's to be expected, as Mohawk Games is led by none other than Soren Johnson, lead designer of Civilization 4. But don't be expecting a straight Civ clone here. There are some interesting twists which make Old World a unique experience in the genre. In this video, I'm going to go through my top 8 differences between Old World and Civilization. If there are more that you'd like to see featured in a future video, please leave them in the comments below. Actions cost orders. Almost every action taken by a unit costs orders. Orders can be seen in the bottom left next to your character portrait. There are ways to get more per turn, such as increasing legitimacy. Moving a unit, harvesting a resource with a scout, improving a tile with a worker, attacking with a combat unit, healing, promoting or adding a general to a unit all cost orders. Any unused orders at the end of the turn are automatically sold. This makes the movement or action of each unit more meaningful, as you may have to prioritise what to do with the limited orders available each turn. You can move very far. Every unit can move multiple times per turn. Above each unit you will see 2 or more white pips. These indicate how many times a unit can move in a single turn before they become fatigued. After each move, one of these pips will turn red. The distance a unit can move within each pip is determined by the unit's base movement, which can be seen in the bottom left with the unit selected. The distance is also modified by the terrain you're moving through. With a unit selected, you'll see multiple blue outlines. Each of these outlines indicates the maximum distance that a unit can move with each pip. You can make multiple moves at the same time by moving to one of the outer rings. Each move still costs 1 order, and when you run out of pips, that unit becomes fatigued. You can pay with the training resource to force march a unit, allowing them to continue to move, but each additional movement will now cost 2 orders. Resources aren't everything. The 4 main resources in Old World are food, stone, iron and wood. These are used to produce units and build improvements. Food mainly comes from farms, stone from quarries and iron from mines. While tiles like marble produce stone and ore tiles produce iron, they are not required. Farms, quarries and mines can be built on almost any rural tile. Some tiles will be better than others. Mines will give you more iron if built on a hill, and quarries will give you more stone if they're next to a mountain. Wood can be gained from forest tiles once you unlock the technology to build lumber mills. Before then, workers can manually cut down trees for wood, which will grow back over time, providing you don't clear the tile. The take from this is not to worry if your city location isn't surrounded by resource tiles. You can lose instantly. Old World features a character system. Throughout the game you will meet and interact with a number of characters from different families who all offer various bonuses. You'll have to carefully balance keeping them happy and exploiting them to build your empire. The most important family is your own and its continued legacy. Should your character die without an heir, it's game over. For this reason you should try and have your character marry as soon as possible and start producing heirs. Heirs don't have to be your children. You can always change the succession law to allow other members of the family to take up the title once your leader dies. But you may not be able to influence the development of these characters as easily as your own children. Once you start a wonder, it's safe. World wonders are large construction projects that cost a lot of resources and take time to build. They're built by a worker and take up a tile, but they give good bonuses when built and also count as 2 victory points towards a win. You will need to have all of the resources needed to build a wonder before you can begin construction. If you don't have all of the materials, but you do have the gold required to buy those materials, you can hold down the Alt key and click to start building the wonder. The required gold will be used to buy the necessary materials, and they'll be deducted from your stockpile. Once a civilization starts work on a wonder, it's removed from the pool and no one else can build it. You can't build cities anywhere. To start a new city, you will need a settler. Settlers can only start a new city on a city location. You will have one directly next to you at the start of a game and a couple of others close by. Additional city spots can be unlocked by clearing barbarian and tribal camps. You will need to move a military unit into the main tile of the city site to claim it, after which your settler can start a new city in any of the highlighted urban tiles. The city spot has to be claimed before you can build there, so it is possible to keep control of a site through battle until your settler can reach it. Generals and promotions matter. This isn't to say that generals and promotions in Civilization don't matter, but in Old World they're far more important. It doesn't matter how big your army is, with a limited amount of orders per turn you can only effectively make use of a small number of units. You can spend orders to add a general from the character pool to each individual combat unit. Every general is different and adds unique bonuses and modifiers to your army. You can also spend the training resource to promote units. There are many different promotions unique to each unit archetype, and most promotions have multiple upgrades. Again, promoting a unit costs orders, and both promoting a unit and adding a general will put the unit into a one-turn cooldown before you can do anything else with them. Upgraded units are powerful. Remember, quality, not quantity. Scouts can gather resources. The main purpose of your scouts is to uncover the map and keep track of the enemy activity. But when the map is known and the enemies are no longer a threat, scouts can still be useful. When a scout is standing on a resource tile in neutral territory, they can spend an order to harvest that resource for an instant boost to your stockpile. Different tile types will provide different resources. A scout can even harvest multiple tiles per turn as long as they have the movement and orders available to do so. Once harvested, a tile takes several times to recover before it can be harvested again. Thanks very much for watching this video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, please do consider liking and subscribing, and remember, if you have any favourite differences between Civilization and Old World you'd like me to cover in a future video, please leave them in the comments below. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.